Hello. I've got a whole book full of stories to tell you here. Stories are made up of words, and words are made up of sounds. I'm going to tell you some stories which tell you all about sounds. The first sound we're going to look at is the same sound you make when you fall over and hurt your knee. You go, ah. This is a big ah. And this is a little ah. Ah for apple. Ah. 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 You try now. Ah. 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 Good. Now here's a story about Albert the astronaut. Ah. Ah. Ah is Albert's sound. Listen for all the other ah sounds you can hear. Albert the astronaut lives in Appleton Avenue, and he keeps his spaceship at the end of his garden. Albert asked his neighbour, Alice the alligator, if she could help him polish the big anchor Albert uses to land his spaceship. When Alice popped across, she found Albert asleep under the apple tree. Alice set to work, and soon the anchor was gleaming. When she had finished, she thought, I wonder if Albert would mind if I borrowed his rocket for a while. Alice ambled down the garden, climbed up the ladder and into the spaceship. And all at once she was shooting like an arrow across the sky. It turned out to be quite a day in Appleton Avenue. Albert's anchor was shiny as new, and Alice became the first ever alligator astronaut. This is big B, and this is little b. B, b, b. Can you make that sound? B, b, b. B is for bubble. Here's a song using the sound B. It's a song all about a little boy who should be taking care of his sheep, but he's fast asleep. B, b, b is the sound for little boy blue.
Little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. Where's the boy looks after the sheep?
He's under the haystack fast asleep.
Will you wake him?
No, not I.
For if I do, he's sure to cry. For if I do, he's sure to cry.
This is big K, And this is little k. 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 Can you make that sound? Whisper. K. 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 Very quietly. K. 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 Don't wake the cat up. Do you know what? You can already read a whole word just using the sounds you know already. Look. Can you say what these sounds are? K. That's what we've just done. A and B. K, A, B. Run them all together, and what do you have? K, A, B. Cab. Say it with me. Cab. 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 Look, the cab's here. That's all reading is, you know, running the letters together. Here's a song about a little creature creeping around, and he's trying not to wake up that cat we saw earlier. Listen for all the k sounds.
Creep, little mouse, come along to me. Come, little mouse, there's cake for tea. Creep a little closer, come on, little mouse. The cat is fast asleep in the corner of the house.
Creep, little mouse, come along to me. Come, little mouse, there's cake for tea. Creep a little closer, come on, little mouse. The cat is fast asleep in the corner of the house.
This is big D, and this is little d. D, D, D. D is for donkey. And look, here's another word that you can read. Say the letters with me. D, A, B. D, A, B. Run them together, and what have you got? D, A, B, dab. Dab. Dab is a useful word. You can dab a tear away from your eye, which is very sad. Or you can dab with a paintbrush. Or sherbet dib-dabs. We might do dibs later, but dabs are brilliant. What a great word. As I was saying, D is also the letter for Dora the donkey. Let's listen, and we'll hear all about all of the animals who came to Dora's dance.
It was deepest December, and Dora the donkey was feeling a little bit down. And so she decided to hold a big dance, inviting her friends all around.
She called up Dame Daisy, the Guernsey cow, and asked for the use of the dairy.
She spoke to the dogs in the band in town to bring music and make the day merry.
There were dolphins and deer,
Ducks and doves, and even a dinosaur came. They danced till dawn, out on the lawn, and Dora said, "Do come again."
This is big E, and this is little E. E, E, E. E for elephant. Can you make that noise? If you're clever, you can say it without seeming to move at all. Look. Eh. 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 You try. Eh. 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 Now listen for the eh sounds in this little story about Ethel and the elephant. One day, Ethel, the eldest Eskimo in the igloo village, found an elephant at the end of her ice garden.
"Hello," said the elephant. "I came up here to explore, but halfway through the expedition my snow engine broke down. Now I'm ever so cold."
Ethel was very excited. She had never seen an elephant before. "Come in and sit down," she exclaimed. "I've got an electric heater, and while you warm up, I'll make you some egg sandwiches." Soon Ethel and the elephant were the best of friends. This is big, f, and this is little, f, 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 f. We must be very quiet when we make this sound so that we don't frighten the fairy. Say f very softly. F, f, f. There's a song about the fairies, but let's have a quick competition first. Let's see who can say their f-f-f's fastest. Ready? Let's go slowly to start with. F, 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 f. Okay, faster. F, 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 f. Faster. F, 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 f. Faster. F, 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 f. Faster. F, 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 f. Finish. Oops, I think we've woken the fairies up.
1,
2,
3,
4,
5. 5 little fairies sitting on the floor. One ran away,
and then there were 4. 4 little fairies sitting in a tree. One flew away,
and then there were 3. 3 little fairies, how do you do? One went pop,
and then there were 2. 2 little fairies lying in the sun. One fell asleep,
and then there was 1 little fairy all alone. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
It's time to go home.
This is big G, and this is little g. G, g, g. G is for garden and gate. You try it. G, g, g. If you were really surprised by something, you might actually say G, 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 like this. G, g, golly. Here's a story about Grumpy Gordon the gardener. This beautiful garden belongs to Gordon the grumpy gardener. How many lovely things are there beginning with the G sound in Gordon's garden? There's a goat eating some fresh grass. What colour is the grass? The grass is green. Can you see a little girl sitting on the gate? Can you find some gooseberries growing? The reason Gordon is so grumpy is because he has lost his gardening gloves. Can you help him find them? He would be very grateful if you could. There they are. The goose is sitting on them. This is big H, and this is little h. H, 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 h is for house. Try it. Hold your hand in front of your mouth. H, h, h. If you say it properly, you can actually feel the sound. H, h, h. It's quite funny, that sound, isn't it? If you put lots together, it sounds a bit like you're laughing. Perhaps we should practice by me telling you a joke and you saying your h, h, h sounds. OK? Hetty the hedgehog saw Harry the horse had a handbag on his head. "Hey," said Hetty the hedgehog. "Harry, you've got a handbag on your head."
"You'll have to holler," said Harry. "I can't hear with this handbag on my head." Ha, ha, ha.
Now lift your hands up high and see if you can follow the actions in this song.
Here's a house built up so high, lift your hands and touch the sky. Hammer on the ceiling, hammer on the floor, say hello, then hammer on the door. Here's a house built up so high, high as the hills and high as the sky. Put your hat on, sleepyhead, say good night. It's time to go to bed.
This is big I, and this is little I. I, 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 I. I is for insect. I is a really short sound, and it's used in all sorts of short words like it and in, is and ink. An insect is a creature, just a little thing. He's got a head and a body and sometimes wings. Bees and ants are insects, so are dragonflies, beetles, wasps, ladybirds, and the butterflies. Some insects are invisible, like the tiny flea. Some are quite enormous, like the bumblebee. You'll find a louse inside a house and grubs inside a tree. Flies can make you itch and scratch. I hope they don't bite me. This is big J, and this is little J. J, J, J. You try. J, J, J. Can you think of any words that begin with J? Well, how about jelly and jam? Jelly and jam. Jolly silly idea.
Jelly and jam,
Jelly and jam,
jelly on toast.
and jam on ham.
Don't be silly,
How can that be?
it's jam on toast
And jelly for tea.
Jelly and jam.
Jelly and jam,
This is big K, and this is little K. K, K, K. You try. K, K, K. Don't frighten the kitten by saying this sound too loudly. Whisper, K, K, K. The king of the kangaroos had been out flying his kite when a gust of wind blew it into a tree. The park keeper came to help rescue the kite, but his ladder was too short. There was only one thing to do. The keeper went back to his house and called Kevin, his pet kitten. "Kevin, if you help me, then you can have a nice fresh kipper for your tea," he said. Kevin loved kippers, so he scampered off to the park and dashed up the tree. In no time at all, he had untangled the kite. "Thank you," said the king of the kangaroos. "You're a very kind kitten." "I'm a very kind kitten who loves kippers," thought Kevin. This is big L and little L. 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 L is for lorry. Now let's try to say the sound properly. It's rather difficult. L. 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 The good thing about this letter is that now you can sing along with any song in the whole world, even if you don't know the words. You just go la 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 la. Let's hear a song with the L sound. Don't forget, you can join in if you like.
Lavender's blue, dilly dilly, lavender's green.
When I am king, dilly dilly, you shall be queen.
Call up your men, dilly dilly, set them to work.
Some to the plough, dilly dilly, some to the fork.
Some to make hay, dilly dilly, some to reap corn.
While you and I, dilly dilly, keep ourselves warm.
Let the birds sing, dilly dilly, let the lambs play.
We shall be safe, dilly dilly, out of harm's way.
Lavender's blue, dilly dilly, lavender's green.
When I am king, dilly dilly, you shall be queen.
This is big M and little M. 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 M is for muffin. You try. Mm. It's a great sound, isn't it? You can say it when you like something. Do you like muffins? I do. Say if you do. Do you know the Muffin Man?
Oh, do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man? Oh, do you know the Muffin Man who lives in Drury Lane? Oh, yes, I know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man.
Oh yes, I know the Muffin Man
Who lives in Drury Lane? Oh!
Here's Nigel. His name begins with a N. Next to him are big N and little N. 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 Can you make that noise? N. 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 Good. Nigel likes to catch newts with his net. And this is a story about one time he was a bit naughty. Naughty Nigel went on the nursery class picnic outing with his sister Nicola. When nobody was looking, Nigel dipped his net in the stream and caught a little newt. "Look what I've caught in my net, Nicola," he shouted. When Nicola saw the newt, she made a terrible noise. "No, no, no! Naughty Nigel, take that newt away!" she cried. The newt was so frightened that it jumped up and nipped Nicola on the nose. I don't think that naughty Nigel will be going on the nursery class outing next time. Do you? Here's big O and little O. 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 O for Olive the ostrich. You try. O. 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 Good. If you're having difficulty with this one, here's a little tip. Try making your mouth the same shape as the letter, like this. O. 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 You try. O. 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 Good. Here's the story of Olive's visit to the fair.
Olive the ostrich and Oscar the octopus went to the fair. Said Olive the ostrich to Oscar the octopus, I don't care. The fair is such fun, but I do prefer opera. Now, don't you? Said Olga the otter to Oliver Ox, I do too.
Here are some peas, and here's big P, and here's little P. 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 You try. P. 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 Good. Try and make the sound pop out of your mouth like this. P. 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 You try with me. P. 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 Good. Here's someone else who wants to do some popping. 5 little peas in a pea pod pressed. 1 grew, 2 grew, and so did all the rest. They grew and they grew, and they did not stop, until one day the pea pod popped. Now we're going to look at 2 sounds at the same time. Here's big qua, and here's little qua. Qua for queen. And this is big r and little r. R for rabbit. Can you make those noises? Qua for queen. Qua. 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 And r for rabbit. R. 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 Good. Qua is quite good because you can say quick and quite and queen. But r is rather better because you can roar with it like a lion. R. 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 Do you want to try that? Go on then. R. 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 Here's a story about Roger the rabbit. Rabbits don't roar, of course. They go, as you know. The Queen's Royal Rabbit Race. One summer's day, the Queen organised a great royal rabbit race to see who had the fastest rabbit in the land. The Queen was rather a rascal, and even though it wasn't really allowed, she entered her pet rabbit, Roger. To make sure that Roger would win, she put him on a pair of roller skates. When the starting gate opened, Roger shot off so quickly down the road that he couldn't turn the corner. He missed the finishing line completely and rolled right into the royal rosebush. Everyone roared with laughter. The Queen was so embarrassed she turned as red as a raspberry. "I think rabbits are meant to run," she said, "not roller skate." "Here's big, sir, and here's little, sir. Sir, 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 sir for snake. They look a bit like snakes, don't they? You try and make the s noise. Sir, sir, sir. Good. Sounds just like a snake, doesn't it? You can just imagine a snake slithering through the sand, slipping and sliding his sneaky way. Fortunately, there are no snakes here. None at all. That's a relief, isn't it? So we'll have a song about a starfish instead.
Down by the seaside in the summer, digging with a spade in the silver sand. See the little starfish by the water, pick him up in your hand. "I'll sing you a song," said the little starfish, "all of my home in the deep blue sea. I don't like sun, it's too hot for starfish. A soft seabed is the place for me." So I put him back in the salty water. Now he's swimming out to sea.
This is big T and little T. 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 T is for train. Trains can be very noisy, but we'll try to say the T sound very quietly. T. 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 You try. T. 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 We've got a song about trains now, but I've just got to tell you one thing about the T sound first. It's terrific and tremendous for telling people off, like this. "Listen, Tony, I've told everyone you don't exist." Now, trains. Here's one that travels from town to town, carrying coal.
The train is carrying coal. It has 10 trucks, you'll find. At every station the train will stop and leave 2 trucks behind. The train is carrying coal. It has 10 trucks, you'll find. At every station the train will stop and leave 2 trucks behind.
Now, here are some letters which look the same but sound different. Here's big A and little A. And here's big V and little V. Let's try making those noises. A first. A. 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 Now you try. A. 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 Good. And V. 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 Very good. You might have heard the sound before. Sometimes when people don't like something, they go, Well, I don't like that. I don't think you should ever do it. Oh, no. Oops. Well, anyway, see if you can tell the sound from the V in this story about Uncle Vernon. Uncle Vernon lives in a small village up at the top of the valley. He is the most unbearably untidy person you will ever meet because he puts everything back in the wrong place. Can you see the violin in the umbrella stand? Where is the umbrella then? It's in the vase. So what has happened to the violets? That looks like a bunch of violets in the violin case. What else has he put back in the wrong place? The vegetables are in the underwear drawer, and there's a vest on the dog. You must admit, Uncle Vernon is the most unutterably untidy uncle in the whole valley. This is big W, and this is little w. W for worm. W, w, w. Try that sound with me. W, w, w. Good. Well, you shouldn't have any trouble with W, as some great words begin with W. Whoosh and wow and wah-hey and wiggly worm. Oh, where is the wiggly worm, wandering in the weeds where the earth is firm? And why does the wiggly worm wiggle that way? Well, that is a wonder I can't explain. Worms don't have waists, and they don't have wings. They don't like water, and they hardly ever sing. So what does the wiggly worm do all day? He wiggles and wiggles and wiggles away. This is big X, and this is little X. X, X, X. You try. X, X, X. You'll hear it at the end of the words fox and box. Listen again for the X at the end of these words. Fox, box. Let's listen for that sound in this song.
A-hunting we will go, a-hunting we will go. We'll catch a fox and put him in a box, and then we'll let him go. A-hunting we will go, a-hunting we will go. We'll catch a fox and put him in a box, and then we'll let him go.
And now we're going to do the last two sounds. This is big Y and little Y for yak. And this is big Z and little Z for zebra. See if you can make those sounds. Y, Y, Y. Good. And Z, Z, Z. Very good. Now see if you hear those sounds in a story about a yak and a zebra. It is a hot summer day, and the sun is shining down on the bobbing blue waves. Who is that on the little yellow yacht out in the middle of the bay? A yak and a zebra are on holiday from the zoo. The yak is eating chilled yogurt and fresh yams, while the zebra leans lazily over the side, staring at her zigzag reflection in the water. I wish I hadn't lost my yellow yo-yo, she sighs. Well, actually, I've got your yo-yo, says the yak, finishing off his yogurt. I thought I'd like to give it a try. Your yo-yo makes such a lovely whiz
buzzing noise, don't you think? I'll give it back to you after your snooze.
Come to think of it, I am feeling rather tired, said the zebra, and with that she dozed off to sleep. And that's the end of your first alphabet, from A to Z.